walk us through Rage is Tim Willits, creative director of id Software.
Thank you very much. Welcome to our stage. And
All right, Tim, no game should look this good, especially on a console. I want to point out this is on an Xbox 360
this
right
is on
now.
a 360. This is not pre-rendered. I had to touch the controller for myself to make sure the outdoor sections really were that pretty like.
Yeah, we're very excited about the technology. We can do stuff that no one has seen before in a 360.
Now, so the setting of Rage, it is on Earth. Bad things have happened to Earth.
Yes, it's in the near future. An asteroid hits the planet, destroys most of civilization. You play a survivor that has to learn how to exist in this wasteland with mutants and bandits and all sorts of
This
things.
is the wasteland.
Yes.
And we just took off someone's head.
Yeah. And okay, so already we've seen someone chuck a Molotov something at us, and now we're running around this. I mean, it is known for incredible environments and stunning worlds, but one thing about this is the sense of scale here. You guys have crafted probably some of the largest worlds in its history.
Well, yes, this is the wasteland. This is a handcrafted environment. This is not procedurally generated. This is very unique because no other game can do this.
Right, and when you say that, that means normally in any game you can hug the side of a mountain and eventually you see that repeating texture that
Exactly.
says, this is mountain texture 01, 02, back to 01, etc. Everything in this world here is completely unique. No two rocks, no two pieces of stone, anything.
Yes, you are absolutely correct. You know, the artists back at id Software have hand-painted and handcrafted this whole environment, and that gives a unique experience and feel that you can't get anywhere else.
Okay, so we're in a car, we're in car combat. You have wanted to point out, this is not a car combat game.
No,
But
no.
Despite the fact that there's car combat on screen right now.
Yes, at its core, this is a first-person game, but we've added more to it than just the running gun.
And what about weapons? Obviously, this car's outfitted with them, but when we're on foot, what are some of the weapons that are at our disposal in Rage?
Classic id Software weapons. We've got rocket launchers, shotguns, machine guns, but we have also some very Rage weapons, like the wing stick, which is what we showed earlier. It's a very, very cool weapon where you can lob off
And
bad
rocket
guys'
launcher.
heads. And the rocket launcher.
So I think the question is, an asteroid hit the Earth. Clearly, bad things happened, but it was not at the cost of no technology at all. How do we have cars? How do we have rocket launchers?
Well, more people survived the impact than anyone expected. Plus, there's technology that the government set aside, and that's what you use along with this news technology to advance like the gameplay.
But you think that in a world like this, the survivors would be glad to be alive, that all form a polyphonic spree type choir group and just sing and be merry. Instead, I see warring gangs and factions trying to kill you at every turn.
Oh yes, we have bandit clans that each has a unique play style when you fight against them. We have mutants that are just crazy over the top, and then we have the Authority. I'm not talking much about that, but it'll be a big surprise.
Okay, so we've now just gone into a town. We decided to kind of jump consoles so we didn't have to deal with any load screens at all. Where are we? And this was right outside the door that we just saw.
Yes,
right
this
inside.
This is the town of Wellspring. It's very important because it's kind of your hub in this part of the wasteland. It is here where you'll receive most of your missions, talk to a lot of different characters, and kind of get immersed in the story.
Tim, I feel like I'm being the rudest interviewer ever because I care about every word that you're saying, but I'm also just in awe of the frame rate here and the gorgeous world. Like, you guys have crafted something incredible.
And I would say, id games have always been so beautiful, but there seems to be a level of care and design at creating an environment that I've never seen out of you guys before.
Well, we have the world's best artists. We really do. And this technology, id Tech 5, allows us to take their talent and push it over the edge.
So what kind of stuff is happening in the town? I mean, I don't see much warring here. There's some holographic dice rolling or something happening here. Is this a mini game? What is
this is a mini game. If you're low on cash in town, swing by one of the mini games and earn a little extra cash. This is a great example of that.
Now, is this sort of a hub town? I mean, obviously now we're seeing it's open world enough that some people might be thinking, hold on, RPG, do I get missions in town and go out and do them? It is a shooter, but it is a more broad shooter than you guys have ever done before.
Yeah, we like to call it open but directed, where you as a player you have your missions, but if you choose to kind of go off and do some side stuff, you can.
And what about the diversity of the worlds, Tim? Because so far we see, giant inflatable King Kong. All right,
Yes.
you have me sold again.
It ain't Fallout. That's what we're really learning right here.
But I mean, so far we've seen kind of one similar color palette as we were driving through the area. Now we're in a town. Will there be a diversity to the world?
Oh yeah, one of the great things about id Tech 5 is every area has unique personality, and when you play Rage, you will see things that are truly different.
I want to see the insane combat. So Tim, will you hang out on stage?
Yes.
Yes.
Stick with us for this commercial because when we come back, we're going to have more Rage in
I've
just
seen
a
it.
minute.
You will not believe it.
We have a look at one of the games level. It's The Well. But first, before we get to that,
Before we go to that.
it's time for multiplayer madness, everybody.